Oh, that is a fun piece of what?
Pusillanimous.
Oh, I fucked that up.
And
Pusillanimous.
yes, and I feel like that is the origin word for us calling people pussies, because
What is? Yeah, I was about to say,
pusillanimous
what's the
means
word mean?
cowardly.
Oh, and everybody says like, and they same thing with like pussycat too, because they said like a scaredy cat.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I don't I it's not in the book. I don't know if I can prove that, but I think that's the origin.
well, mark it down here.
And I
It's
just feel like it's
proven.
such a good insult because it's like you don't know what it means,
Pu-
and I'm telling you that you're a punk.
Pusillanimous.
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 No, you're just pusillanimous.
What would you say to you? Yeah, okay. You're just pusillanimous. Like to the Karen that's in the causing a scene in the store. All right,
No, I'd
you're
probably add
pusillanimous.
like pusillanimous bitch.
Or something else, you know, you can't, something else we definitely can't say. So yeah, so I really do like, I feel a lot of it too is Nana being open-minded about the universe and stuff like that. And I know that when she grew up, it was, you know, go to church and things like that here and there, but she really wasn't a very big church person. We went like, you
No,
know,
they were forced.
that's what I'm saying. And
So
that's why
that
I
like
don't
my
think
mom
that
let me, I didn't get like baptized or anything.
you
She
were
was like,
everything. I remember when you
yeah,
used
she
to
was like,
do,
figure out what you want to
yeah,
be.
I remember when she was, when
My dad was like that too.
Soph lived with us, and then I remember you lived with us and you did Hanukkah one year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting because I would have never known. We did Christmas. I didn't have Jewish friends. I had a couple, but I didn't know what Hanukkah was. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I know
I've
now, but
always been interested in other
yeah,
cultures and other
that's another life.
everything. I just want to learn everything. Like if I could be a professional student, I would. I mean, I am in my own personal life,
Yeah.
but
But
I
like,
love organized learning.
yeah,
Uh,
I do too, though.
because I'm all over the
Structured
place
stuff.
with everything.
Yeah.
I have another thing for deja vu.
Let's go.
So obviously most people think it's a moment in time that we are experiencing in the parallel universe. But what if it was an awakened glitch where present and future crash into present instead of seamlessly blending and flowing?
So in that moment, you're remembering or whatever the case may be, because
Like it's
you're
a
trying to rebuff.
Yeah, it's buffering. It's happening in that moment because it's like present is future as we do.
Yeah.
But so what if it doesn't seamlessly flow and it's like, oh, I just lived that a millisecond ago,
That's interesting too.
like a combustion.
I've always had like love hate with deja vu. I didn't understand. It's like it freaks me out a little bit. Like I don't understand it, so to speak. I tried like, so you saying it like that kind of gives me like a,
Like what if it's really a buffer and not anything like a parallel?
so not like it's happened or that it would like, not that I seen it or not that I did it or whatever, but maybe it's just in that
It's the
moment. It's
natural
like
flowing, but it was like glitched. And so then it felt
there
like
was a skip on the
it felt
CD.
like a memory
I mean, that's valid too, because they
because
often
it was, and it kind of just like reset itself.
and they often say too after deja vu moments, it's hard to remember like everything, like details after like as time goes on. You forget things. You forget
How do you
more and
feel
more.
about when you like leave a room to go to another room and forget what you went to the room for?
That pisses me off. I think there's a reason for that. I don't know if
Like that's a
it's
glitch.
that might be that's a glitch because of the cannibal glitch. That's
No,
like,
I think it could be like, you know,
I mean, I often say like, because I use that as a joke, but obviously I'm not, I don't get all dirt to the point where I forget shit. It's like normal when I'm just fine. And I'll walk in, like you said, oh, what was it? And I'll leave and sit down and immediately bang, I'll remember it. Or it will take me a long time and then I won't remember the shit at all. But
yeah, I don't
what
know.
do you feel
I
about
don't
it?
know how I feel about it. It's something I'm thinking about.
Well, keep it brewing, keep it
Yeah.
stirring.
No, that's how I feel today. I don't think it's going to be about deja vu. When I am about to receive some kind of information, um, I feel a certain type of way, and I feel that way today. It's not like the other shoes about to fall feeling. It's like a knowing that is going to be made extremely clear feeling.
Yeah.
It's like I've had this feeling for a few days. My dreams are very vivid, and I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
I'm going to be shown something today, maybe tomorrow, but I think it's today based on how I'm feeling. And I'm just waiting to see how it unfolds.
Well, I think
I don't know,
that's
like,
good.
because I don't know anything about it. I just have the feeling, the rumble of something's going to be shown to me today.
But you got to go with your gut though. A lot of people
Well,
don't,
yeah,
you know,
that's how
and
I know that I'm feeling that.
yeah. I feel like that's valid. Let me know what it is though. If you do
Yeah.
figure it out, even if, you know, you never know.
Yeah. No,
You just never know.
it's just a feeling.
Just a feeling. So another article too, just to get, well, for those of you who are just joining us right now, welcome. Okay. And again, make sure that you hit like and subscribe and hit that little bell, the ding, so that you don't miss any of our new content, which drops here on YouTube first. Again, you can find me at The Slice Session here on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And you can find Soph at
Sophadeli on Instagram. Sophadeli. There's no deli. I can make a sandwich.
she can no deli, but she can make a sandwich. So thank you again for watching. We're gonna obviously just move into the next thing. There was another article that I shared about a professor or psychiatry gentleman from University of Virginia, right? And I was reading it again this morning. And I was doing some talking points because I wanted to bring it up because it was interesting. He did a study on 2 to 6 year olds. It started in, I don't know, 1961 or something like that. And he has over 2,500 cases of children from that age group stating that they were reincarnated into, new past, had a past life and could give details. Some of them were discredited. Some of them were very detailed. This one little kid, he was 4 years old. His name was Ryan Hammonds. He would play, like, do direct movies and stuff, imaginary movies, and he'd be like, cut, and he'd be shouting and stuff like that, whatever. He told his mother one day, he was like, I used to, I've lived before, I used to direct movies. So she was like, whatever, he was adamant about it, very adamant about it. He's like, I was alive before. I have 3 sons, and he was upset that he didn't know their name. So his mother was like, let me go get some books. It was like he was somebody from East Hollywood, right? So she went and got all kinds of like old Hollywood books, and they were looking through it or whatever. So he came across the book, came across a picture in the book rather, and it was he goes, this is George. We did a picture together, right? So she's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? So then he's looking at the picture, goes over to this dude in the trench coat and points at the guy and goes, he's like, I found me, that's me. And so like for me, I've always heard that kids that age and kids in general have because they're open-minded, because they don't really have a lot of knowledge, so to speak, their minds are clear for people to enter, for people to see and things like that. So,
Yeah, under the age of 7,
and I
the
believe,
brainwave changes.
yeah, like this to me was crazy. And
I
I
believe it.
got chills when I was reading it because I'm like, that's dope. The guy, the psychiatrist stated that not everybody can get down to that detail level, but there are some people who will have connections down to an individual that they don't know, don't have no family connections, no nothing, and will be able to get down to that piece. So something like that. Toots used to do it with Nana and stuff. I swore she always would say she would be talking by herself. I'm
She
talking to
had an
Nana.
imaginary friend
She
too.
did, she did. But she always would say, "Oh, I'm talking to Nick." Well, at least what I like here and there, whatever, whether she was lying or not. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I believe her. Never met her, I believe her though. I feel like people come. So it's like, how do you in that instance, what do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about what he's feeling, and if it's a truthful
I think
believe that
it's
he's right?
truthful for sure. I had a birth chart reading done by a woman who her at the time boyfriend, he was very aware of the past life he lived, and he told her about it, and they figured out who he was in the past, and every single like detail he gave her, it was really true. They could find it. It was verifiable. So I believe it.
I just don't know how much of it, especially, well, nowadays it might be hard. People might not believe it as much because there's so much access to stories and past lives of people. But if you're one of those people that don't let your kids on the computer right away or don't whatever,
Right, where they don't have
and
the
they're
access.
starting to just like, yeah, you have an imagination, but there's only so much imagination once you start doing things like this where, oh, I have lived this and I have had 3 sons and I'm upset that I don't. And then that's what it was too. He remembered the names of his 3 sons. So that's how he knew. He was like, I got like he was upset. And mom was like, no, he was upset. He was upset. So I just want to run some statistics by you real quick from this
Okay.
guy from the 2,500. He claimed that 60% of the claims were from young males, which I would have, and I don't know why. And I'm not being sexist. I just feel like girls are more open-minded to things like this, or would be more open-minded because of what they have to go through as young ladies and just growing up versus, I've got to be rigid, can't be this. Like society tells men to do this and women to do this. There's pressure. I feel like there would have been a wall there a little bit to like allow that to come in. What do you think about that statistic? Do you agree? Like, I don't know.
I am shocked by it too.
Like,
I guess I think I am more programmed to think that women are more that way.
right?
But what if after that age is when society really doubles down on boys having to get rid of that ability?
And that's where that's true too. Yeah, yeah,
Because I know plenty of men that have that ability
yeah.
as adults, but they had to like foster it and work at it. And I don't feel like it. I feel like everyone has the ability.
Yeah.
It just, you either shut it down or it gets turned off. Sorry, I'm looking outside.
Whatever.
The
And
afternoon walkers getting my attention out the window.
another statistic for you of the claims. So 70% claim that they died in a violent or unnatural death.
I believe that.
To
Just
piggy,
because of time period.
yeah. Well, you would have to, because that's what I feel too. Piggybacking off of that, they say certain birthmarks are where you were killed or something happened in your last life. I have a
You have a
birthmark on the
yeah.
back of my motherfucking back.
Yeah.
Somebody stabbed me in the back, like, and I had one on my side. Remember the little cluster of like, I don't know, freckles or whatever. You know what I mean? Things like that. And it wouldn't have been, I literally was sitting there thinking about that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, wait a minute, I got this.
Yeah.
I had that. I'm like, that's crazy.
Well,
And
I
it goes to
also
your, maybe
have,
I'm living my fourth life.
maybe.
You know?
I also have, I never had this on my face before, this mark here.
Yeah.
And quite a few years ago, it just appeared one day, like overnight, as a teardrop. And I'm like, wow, how did I get a murder tear? You know, like in a past life, I'm out here, you know, on some gang.
I'm about gangsta party.
But I feel like as I really started feeling my feelings, working through some issues and things in my life, it has transformed into a heart. Now it looks like a little heart. Some guy at the car wash was like, "Do you have a heart tattoo?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's just a."
Yeah, I do, Holmes. What you gonna do about it?
It's an age spot. I don't know.
It's my beauty mark, B. It's up here though.
I don't know, but it just appeared. Like I never had it, and I'm like, what if two timelines merged and now I got it? I don't know. I'm sure it's probably just like an age spot or a sun spot, but it intrigued me that it was like at a sad time in life, I got this teardrop on my face, and now I'm in a happier time of life, and I got this heart on my face.
See, there's reasons for that. The universe speaks. You got to listen. So real quick, the last one for that statistic is that it says just over 70% of the claims were again made by males. So the ones that of those claims, the 70% that claimed they were unnatural, they still believe. So there was still a chunk of young ladies, obviously, that did not die natural or whatever. So it's interesting to me. I didn't believe, I mean, I had to look it up a little bit more, but there's really no research, a ton of research like that. So
well, think about the time period back then. What was the year?
I think it was 1961. It started. He started collecting in 1961, but it was like over 5 decades.
You figure maybe even if it was just their most immediate past life, they probably going back to early 1900.
Like you would have to do that long of a.
Men were the ones out working, doing industrial revolution
that
shit.
Makes sense.
You know, like the women were home, so they probably were living longer. Yeah. It was also a society of save the women and children.
Yeah.
You know,
Titanic.
Yeah.
Women and children first.
Women and children first. So I could see how the women had more natural deaths and the men had more violent deaths.
Violent or accidental or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense too. I didn't understand what they meant by this. I think I do now maybe, but when he said the median time between claimed death and birth is 16 months. What do you think that means?
Median time between claim
death and birth. So does that mean that the person is only able to go back from birth like 16 months of memories, or does that mean that that's it? Like they only have a 16-month snapshot? I didn't understand that, and I was like, let me pose that because that might be something that you would be able to explain to me because I didn't.
Read it to me again.
The median time between claimed death and birth is 16 months.
Claimed death.
Like
they reincarnated 16 months later.
And that's what I'm assuming. That's what I thought.
Because some people can wait 50 years and then reincarnate, or they can come back right away.
Yeah. Say maybe okay. So maybe in this study, with that logic, the people that studied, it's only between 16 months. Okay, that makes more sense now. Yeah.
Which I love that movie, Down to Earth.
Yeah,
where Chris Rock plays the fat old white guy.
Yeah, that shit is funny as hell. That is.
But that's like he reincarnated right away because they messed up and they had to give him a body to be in.
No, I like that. That was interesting. So there, obviously, with this type of work and knowledge and reincarnation, there's really no logic with it. In a way, it can be however you want it to be. In a way,
I think so. And like, what if reincarnation is just time travel?
And that's another thing too. I believe that there's potential time travel. I don't know how.
I love time travel shit.
Well, we can do that.
My favorite show is Time Travel.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to watch that. I love me some Doctor Who too. I'll say that. So the controversy for this particular study was that there was no no way to there's
Hypothesis.
a hypothesis. There's no way to determine if what is being said is actually accurate because there's no way
Right.
to whatever. But because of this research, there was somebody from Tufts University who was now looking into stuff further to try to figure out, is there a way to
It
measure
makes it
stuff?
more creditable, at least.
Well, they're saying if you took like the two mirrors, whatever, and put a light through it, what you see and what is really happening with the particles is going to be two different things. So they're saying that basically, if people are able to see what they see, but you're not on the outside, doesn't necessarily mean it didn't happen. It just means that you were not able to see it given your vantage point.
Yeah. If a tree falls in the middle of a forest, does it make it sound?
I mean, I think it fucking does, but
Yeah. I mean,
does it
it's going to
though?
hit the ground.
Yeah, but I mean, it does make a sound, but well, the real question is, does anybody hear it? That's really the
Right.
question. This episode so far has been really great. Reincarnation has been something that took us a little bit. We dove into that topic for real, and
Because
so
there's just so many avenues that
there
it could
is,
be. Like, you just
there
don't
is.
know.
We're actually going to talk. Our next episode is going to be about the multiverse theory, and maybe we'll throw in some of the other things that we were talking about to dive a little bit deeper. Some of the little nuggets you were telling me, the zodiac stuff, things like that. Try to figure out a little bit. But I want everybody to know to know that we both appreciate you very much. I appreciate you very much for my reincarnation of my podcast and being able to put it out there. It's very nerve-wracking sometimes, but at the same time, I really feel comfortable doing it, and especially because Soph is here with me, kind of backing me up and doing everything that she's always done, which is support me, support my ventures, and it's something that I know we're both in a spiritual, re-energizing journey, and I think it's helping both of us do this.
Can
I
I
mean,
say something?
yeah, for sure.
So earlier when I was getting ready before I came here, I was like, you know what this makes me feel like doing this with you? It makes me feel like when you were little and we
Mhm.
would have Sophie days.
Yeah,
I'll tell you quickly what a Sophie day
yeah.
was. I would let him skip school
Mhm.
and we would go to the mall and we would like
Doodle doodle.
go to Doodle Doodle. If I had extra money from my job, I would take him to Discovery Zone
Yes.
and we would get lunch in the food court. And mind you, this was all on the bus.
Yeah.
We had to take the bus to do this, but it was little mental health days. And
Yeah.
that's what this feels like for me to come
Yeah.
here. And,
I agree.
you know,
I agree. It's very peaceful when I'm with you.
I
And
always support my kiddos.
listen, she does, but it's very peaceful when I'm with you. And it reminds me of my time of also when we would, in the summertime, walking to the park, playing in the park, getting my ass back before Little Bear.
Yeah, Little
So,
Bear and lunch.
yep.
But we
So
couldn't leave the house till I saw all my
all the
favorite videos on
videos.
MTV for the day.
And therefore that helped me too, because I would watch all the videos. And
Like,
so
we're not leaving this house till I see Nas if I rule the world.
she introduced me. There's so much. And we honestly could just have an episode of just talking about our relationship, because there's been so much I think that you have shown me and people that have you put me on to stuff, like all different types of stuff that it's really made me who I am today. Part of, they say it takes a village, but I
I'm part of the
agree.
village.
You are. She's like the high chieftain. But everybody, I want you all to know you're gonna see this after the holidays, after Thanksgiving at least. I hope you did at least. And I obviously will be seeing you guys, both of us will be seeing you guys before the next holiday. But if we don't see you because you don't want to come back, then that's messed up. But if you don't want to come back, that's fine. Just know that we love and support everybody who loves and support us. And we also want to make sure that you guys go out and have a great holiday, safe holiday with your family and your friends, and you enjoy. Again, this is the Slice Session Elevated Talk. My name is Vin Vin, and this is,
So
and again, at the Slice Session, just like it is spelled and sounds, on Instagram, YouTube, and the TikTok. And so, for one last time before we peace out,
at Sophadeli, SOPHADELI on Instagram. Thank you.
and remember, everybody, we love that we do it all over a slice. Deuces. Stop. That was a good one.